The relationship is over and it's been years, but sometimes it hits you like it just ended yesterday, where you feel anxious, tense, on edge, afraid, like your body is remembering something you wish just could forget. Hi, I'm Angela Ahola, and I'm a doctor of psychology. And I've also been in a toxic relationship, and recently I had to briefly cooperate with that same person. Even though I've long moved on, it completely threw me off. It re traumatized me. And weeks later, I could still feel the effects in my body. So, in this video, I want to talk about what happens when you're traumatized by a person and you just have a hard time leaving it behind, where these trauma kind of haunts you over and over again, and where different situations trigger you into feeling the same old emotions, the same old fear. So why and how a toxic or narcissistic ex can still affect you years later, and what to do when the pain bounces back from nowhere. What to do in those situations. So let me start with saying this. You are not weak, you are not illogical, you are not crazy, you are super logical. You're human, and your body and your mind is functioning as expected of a person who's been through a trauma or a heavy, destructive, toxic relationship. So if you've lived in a toxic relationship with a narcissist, for example, the pain doesn't just leave you. This emotional pain is something that sits deep down in you, and it leaves and has left imprints on your nervous system, on your sense of self, on your sense of safety, on your sense of relationships, how they are supposed to be, on your entire way of experiencing the world. And regardless of how long it's been since you left or got left in these relationships, those imprints can definitely be triggered. It can be a phase in your life. It could be a phrase, wording, a memory, a smell, a house, a room, photos, a restaurant, vacation spot, and suddenly you're back right there emotionally, like no time has passed. It can be a short but necessary contact to this person from your past, and your whole system reacts. You can feel overwhelmed, unsettled, anxious, afraid, and you might be thinking, why am I still feeling this? And here's what's important to understand. Healing from a toxic relationship, it's so many different things. And one of those things is that it's a neurological process, because this fear is so embedded, so imprinted into your system. So you cannot think it away. Your mind have formed a trauma bond with the person that you were living with emotional connection cycled with fear, control, confusion, and moments of relief when you sense that, well, today's gonna be a good day. He or she seems calm. He's in a good mood. And now he's gotten some good news, so it's all gonna be good. Or this car ride might feel safe because we have a third party with us in the car that's gonna function as a peacekeeper, or something that's gonna buffer against their mood, anger, aggression, something that blocks, or preferably blocks, a tantrum, a temper tantrum. So you have all these tricks that you've implemented to kind of keep the peace in the house. So when something reminds you of that person or the dynamic that you guys had, it's your body reacting, and it's trying to protect you. That is the thing, it's trying to protect you. So it's about wiring, and the deeper the wounds, the longer it can take to untangle them. So here's the trap that many people fall into after a toxic relationship, because you don't feel confident. You start internalizing the pain. You start to think, and I'm sure you're so aware of this, but you start believing that maybe you were actually the problem. You replay everything, you question your worth, and if there's still any contact with the person, maybe due to shared responsibilities, kids, working together, those trauma responses can be triggered over and over again. Confidence, it doesn't mean that pretending it never happened or that everything's fine because now it's been a few years. No, it means protecting your peace. It means giving yourself permission to limit the contact, to say no more exposure to the person who hurt me, or keeping the communication only text-based, email and text messages. Well, whatever you can do to keep it to a minimum. Usually it's going to be better for you. So if you're watching this and you recognize what I'm talking about, you feel that you can relate, here are a few things that might help. Number one, don't judge yourself for still hurting. There is really no expiration date on healing. There is no deadline. Number two, recognize the pattern over people. So your body might still react to similar energy, to a similar tone, a similar beard. There are things that will remind you, and you will not always know what's happening. Three, minimize contact. Even kind of harmless communication can really be harmful and reopen emotional wounds. Number four, feel it, then free it. Journal, talk, go for a walk, speak your truth somewhere to people you can trust. The more you name it, the more you will be able to reclaim your power and yourself and your feeling of safety. Number five, rebuild your self worth intentionally. Put it there in your goal book, on your vision board. You are not what that relationship reduced you to. You are wiser now, you are clearer, you are stronger. So the relationship ended, but the trauma takes more time. And the fact that you're still affected, it doesn't mean that you haven't healed. It means that you're still healing. So if this resonates with you, if you sense, if you can feel what I'm talking about, please do leave a comment below and I'll reply. What still triggers you, even though it's been years? Let's talk about it because you are not alone. If you are on a journey to rebuild your confidence, spot toxic patterns, and protect your peace, I'd love you to subscribe because there are ways to get out of it. The old patterns, the old emotions, and you don't have to walk this walk alone.